Hey guys, this morning we're going to be in Luke chapter 17. Luke chapter 17. Let's start verse 11. As Jesus continued on toward Jerusalem, he reached the border between Galilee and Samaria. As he entered a village there, 10 lepers stood at a distance, crying out to Jesus, "Master, have mercy on us." Now, I want to do another Vitalmin about the rest of the story, but let me emphasize this border between Galilee and Samaria. Jesus was walking this border. Jesus was hanging out on the border. And you say, well, what in the world are you talking about? Well, there's all kinds of controversy about, people coming into our country illegally and all of that. And that's just a mess. It's just an absolute mess. We're people who believe in the rule of law when it comes to that kind of thing. We don't want riffraff destroying our nation as such, and we certainly don't want them to exhaust the things, the resources that we have for our own people as such, and for those who come in legally. We certainly believe in that, and legal immigration. We wholeheartedly believe in that. But this was a border situation that was kind of not only racially divided, but big time racial tensions. Because the Jews, you remember, Jesus is walking this and he's trying to reach the Samaritans. He's trying to reach the Jews. He's trying to reach everybody. He came to seek and save those who were lost. He came, primarily to the people of Israel. And then, of course, Paul later on would take the message out to the Greeks, as you will, those who were not Jews. And so here's the thing. Jesus is walking this border. He wants his message out to the world. And we would even hear him, stories of him talking to the Samaritan woman. But why is it a big deal that he's hanging out on this border? Why is it a big deal that he's about to heal lepers? These lepers, in all honesty, probably would have been from both sides of the border, because the lepers were thought of as nasty and disgusting, and certainly it was something people could catch. It could be transmitted. It was an awful disease, deteriorate, destroy the body. Certainly ways to be healed, different types of leprosy, all those things. But the key here is that people would have been in this situation with leprosy from both sides of that border, both Jews and Samaritans, if you will. And the Samaritans were hated by the Jews, and the Jews were hated by the Samaritans. The Jews thought the worst of the Samaritans, even though there was Jewish blood in the Samaritans as such. They thought of them as a mixed breed, if you will, and they just hated them and thought they were disgusting. But the feeling was mutual. But Jesus is here to work through this and to show them that he is there to heal folks no matter who they are. He's here to tell them his message no matter who they are. He's willing to lay down his life no matter who they are, if they will just believe. Okay? And here he is performing miracles on the border of a very tense area. And that's what Jesus does. We cannot be scared to reach out to people that don't seem like us. I mean, even across the street. And I don't mean just different races. I mean people who just do not want to have anything to do with God. You've got to be courageous no matter what happens to you. Jesus was courageous here. He walks down this border of groups that were probably always upset with one another, crossing into each other's lands and giving each other a hard time, and racial tensions. But here's the thing. Jesus was there to say, look, there is something bigger than these tensions. There is something bigger than this pain. There is something bigger than all the anger that you show toward one another. And that is the message that I'm carrying, that you can be healed, not only physically, but that you can be healed emotionally and mentally. You can be healed spiritually. And Jesus was showing them that. What a courageous God we have. Love you guys. Bye-bye.